What Mercedes revealed is very bad for 2023. Given what team principal Toto Wolff refers to as huge question marks about its current challenges, the Formula One team is finding it challenging to commit with confidence to its car design for 2023 due to the committed massive swings of performance Mercedes is experiencing. Welcome back everyone. In today's video we will be discussing how 2023 is going to be Mercedes. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's begin. Mercedes struggled qualifying, with Lewis Hamilton finishing 9th as the team's best finisher. He was behind Alpine drivers and Max Verstappen's pole position time by 1.8 seconds. The vehicle carrying too much drag, poor balance and instability, particularly in the twisty middle sector, the resumption of bouncing at the high-speed circuit, and issues getting the Pirelli tires in the temperature window for a single lap are all contributing reasons to those struggles. George Russell finished 4th and was even in a position to pose a danger to Carlos Sainz's leading Ferrari during the Grand Prix because of the car's significantly improved performance. Wolff acknowledged in a post-race interview that the crew still doesn't fully comprehend the causes of the fluctuations. "It is tough to cope with these swings," said Wolff. "We had a subpar performance yesterday, being beaten by the Alpines, and then in the race, we were 3 seconds a lap faster." Big questions marks of what is going on. It is not where we should be with the structure and knowledge to understand racing cars, but we don't know with this one. Given how challenging the 2022 season has been thus far, Wolff quipped that the Mercedes W13 had been such a problematic vehicle that it would be placed in the caverns in the manufacturer's Stuttgart museum at the end of the year. Wolff acknowledged that there are still questions about whether Mercedes has accumulated enough knowledge to be confident in its decisions with the W14. However, expectations will be high for the 2023 car to be much more potent, given the research and knowledge building the Mercedes has undergone with the car this year. It is a very difficult situation because we have a certain concept of a car, and it is not like we can experiment a lot this year and dial stuff out and test. So whatever we decide for the next year needs to be carefully evaluated because purely how our data doesn't correlate with the reality, said Wolff, when asked by the race about the gaps in the team's understanding. "We have massive performance swings that we can't get on top of. In this very moment, to take a decision for next year, whatever it may be, changing the concept dramatically, how can you be sure that is a better direction to go? That is going to be part of the decisions in the upcoming few weeks of what we want to do about it. Mercedes will undoubtedly alter its design's philosophy in some way, shape or form in 2019, but precisely what the changes will involve is unclear." While the slim side pods have received the most attention due to how visually distinct they are from their competitors' designs, especially given that Williams abandoned a proposal very close to a mid-season, they are intended to complement the underfloor design as a whole. The notion that adding more traditional seat pods to the car will change it is reductive. This section of the car was referred to as a distraction from the actual causes of its problems. While some competitors think that Mercedes' performance will suffer because of the lack of a downwash effect. Gary Anderson, the race's technical specialist, has frequently mentioned that Mercedes' strategy of designing a car that must operate in a small window close to the ground as a potential issue. He pointed to the area at the back of the floor where Mercedes had persisted because it was so close to the ground. Although Wolff acknowledged that the notion of the car concept is ambiguous, he acknowledged that Mercedes has not yet committed to it. "We haven't committed to a concept for the next year, but it is difficult to say what is a concept," said Wolff. Is it the chassis, the weight distribution, the mechanical and aero balance, the bodywork concept? All these are different pillars of the car which are evaluated and could mean some of that goes and some stays, and we're looking at that at the moment. The most important thing is that Mercedes makes sure it fully comprehends its issues, especially following a season in which it frequently has been shocked by its sluggish development. Wolff asserted that Mercedes must identify the root causes of its difficulties in comparing performance generated in the actual world with that projected using modeling technologies like the wind tunnel and CFD. "Today, we're getting it wrong, and on the non-correlation in various areas is causing us to not perform," said Wolff when the race questioned him about his certainty that Mercedes had enhanced its simulation tools and expertise in the automobile. Now, maybe there is a single thing that overshadows everything, and we're not doing it justice to question every part of the car. Are the tires something that we fundamentally don't understand and all the rest is good? Or is the aero messing it up? Or the mechanical balance? That is so difficult to dissect. Lewis Hamilton claims that without addressing their current issues, his Mercedes team cannot write off 2022 and focus on 2023. With Red Bull and Ferrari now leading the pack, the incumbent Constructors' champions have had a difficult 2022. The rule change makes a 10th consecutive championship look exceedingly impossible. At the Spanish Grand Prix, when George Russell finished in 3rd place, Mercedes had displayed good signals of a breakthrough. But the Monaco Grand Prix proved to be yet another setback. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix will be watched closely to determine whether Spain or Monaco was the glitch. But given that Mercedes was losing ground in the title race, it was understandable that they would concentrate on building a title contender for 2023. However, Hamilton claims it is not an option because Mercedes would risk bringing their issues into the following season. "I think we need to find out what's wrong with this car before we can make another car," said Hamilton, quoted by Mondo Deportivo. "If we started making another car, we could quickly get it wrong. I think it's about understanding this fully, which we haven't done yet, and giving us a path to where to go." After 7 rounds of the 2022 season, Hamilton had fallen 34 points behind Russell, his new teammate. This gap was partially caused by Hamilton's horrible luck in weekends like Imola and Monaco, where Russell was the superior Mercedes driver. However, there have been rumors that Hamilton is currently more concerned with aiding Mercedes in resolving its issues with the W13 than with the actual task of pursuing success. Hamilton has thus far discovered a number of things in the W13 that he does not want to remain in its replacement. "There are definitely a lot of things that I wouldn't want from this car in the next year's car, so I've already included them," he confirmed. The W13's propensity for bouncing, a phenomenon connected to Formula One's transition to ground effect aerodynamics, was thought to be a significant factor in Mercedes' early troubles. Mercedes' performance was suffering as a result of having to raise the ride height. Even though time is running out, Mercedes still hopes to win races this year. The ability to make the W13 more predictable is what matters most, since it will confirm its decision-making procedures and the processes it is using to develop the car from the following year. The peculiarities of the circuits the car travels to will affect how well it performs, and the race speed at Spa made it plain that one of the issues was the constant struggle to get the tires to function for a single qualification lap. However, as the race demonstrated, the pace is substantially stronger once the tires are in proper window. The work being done at Mercedes Brackley headquarters right now, based on the experience gathered from operating the car in the second half of the season, will be essential in determining whether or not the company can resume operations as usual in 2023. That is all for this video. We'll be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. See you all soon.